welcome back to Hi Now Daily. In today's segment of Money Moves, We Got You, we're discussing the Puʻuhona Homestead project in Waikapū, Maui, and the partnership with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and Central Pacific Bank. And joining me is Kathy Camp, and we have Jack Dowling. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for coming in from Maui today, Jack. I know we're talking about Maui. Our friends are there. Lauren and Kainoa are in Maui, so I appreciate you coming in and joining us here on Oahu today. All right, well, let's start off with this project, the Puʻuhona project that's been going on in Maui. Some incredible things happening out there. If you would kick us off with what the project is.
Absolutely. So Puʻuhona Homestead is a housing development in Waikapū, Maui. And it's being done in partnership with the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and Central Pacific Bank as our lead lender. And so we're actually really excited about the project because it's the first DHL turnkey project on Maui in 17 years.
Wow.
And so it consists of 161 lots, of which 137 will be affordable single-family homes specifically for DHL beneficiaries who, in many instances, have been waiting decades for a home.
Wow, this is very exciting because I know that there has been many people on this list waiting for a very long time. I'm talking decades waiting.
Decades.
And so what was it like when you're at this point and they are now announcing all the names who are now going to get this plot of land to work with and to ultimately have their families move in and live?
Yeah, I mean, it was a deeply emotional experience. And seeing the optimism and the enthusiasm from people who finally have their names called and get to select a home at Puʻuhona. I mean, we had one family share with us that had it not been for this project and the department, they were faced with the decision to leave Maui in 3 to 6 months. And so it's those type of stories that I really think highlight the impact of the work and the project and just providing home ownership and the opportunity to stay in Hawaii.
Very cool. And then I wanted to move over and ask you, for Central Pacific Bank to be a part of this project, what does that mean to you folks at the bank and for the project in general?
We are so humbled to be able to participate in this opportunity. You know, getting housing for Hawaii's people is a cornerstone of the bank. It's been part of what we were founded on 70 years ago. And seeing those people, their tears of joy, the excitement, and the sense of relief, because there they would have the families would have homes for generations to come, which is fantastic. We are honored to be able to be a part of this project. And to help out, we understand that housing's tough in Hawaii, right?
Absolutely.
It's really, really a shame that it's come to this so much. But what we try to do is we provide a $10,000 housing credit for those who finance with us, and we couple that with DHHL's $10,000 grant. So a home buyer would get $20,000 to pay to either their down payment or credit for closing costs, which can amount to, 15% of their closing costs, which is significant for many home buyers.
Wow, so you folks are giving the $5,000 credit and then they're coming in with DHHL with another $5,000. Wow, right. That's incredible for that down, for closing costs, which can be very expensive. So any bit helps. And this partnership between you folks has been going on for some time, but specifically for this project, I wanted to ask you about the housing gap and how this is helping to, bridge that.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that Maui is facing a housing crisis as the rest of the state is. And a UHERO report got released just recently that shared that despite all of the efforts going into building new homes, the housing supply for workforce families is actually on a downward trend. And so this project is fulfilling the promise of providing quality homes on DHHL land to minimize the cost burden for local families.
And then I wanted to ask about the design. You were talking about how you folks broke ground back in November, and the first home is going to be ready next month, mid-June.
Yep.
June.
That's incredible. Okay, so let's talk about the design. I know with resiliency in mind, you guys are doing some incredible things out there in Waikapū.
Yeah, so we've been working on DHL projects since 2002. And over that 20-year partnership, we've really focused and prioritized building for resiliency and for the future. And so our projects are designed to account for and mitigate risks for flooding, wildfires, and other climate-related impacts. But we also spend a lot of time thinking about how families' needs change over time. So for example, our layouts focus on generational living, supporting kapunas aging in place, as well as families having the optionality to adapt and expand their home options over time as their families grow.
Yeah, in Hawaii, it's very common to see families of all different generations living together because it is so expensive to live here. So having that option to expand and have this place where that they can grow with their families throughout the years is incredible. Yeah. And then before we go, I wanted to ask the last question, the partnerships. Just tell me a little bit about why this isn't so important to have partnerships like this that are working with these projects.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a village.
I was going to say, it takes a village.
It takes a village. And I mean, CPB, Central Pacific Bank, is the lead lender, has just been absolutely incredible for both the project, supporting the project, but also for the homeowners, many of whom are first-time homeowners. Mm-hmm. So everything from providing the mortgages to start to finish services, to help guide them through this mortgage process, which oftentimes is scary and daunting, and make it a lot easier. Yeah. So in addition to the services, providing that those grants and credits to help bring down the cost of housing, as well as sourcing external funds to help bring the homes to even more affordable levels. CPB has just been an incredible partner. And also, this project would not be possible without the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and state legislatures who, without their efforts, we wouldn't be able to move 137 families into homes, the first of which is next month.
Wow, that just gave me chicken skin. 137 families going into these homes that were much needed for all of those that were waiting on the list for a very, very long time. This is like mega for them. So thank you so much for joining me today. And people wanted to get services from Central Pacific Bank website. They wanted to talk to you.
Yes, absolutely. You can look on our website, www.cpb.bank.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have the details on HaiNowDaily.com as well. We are going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more of HaiNow Daily. Mahalo.
Mahalo. Thank you.